Hi and welcome back to my channel. My name is Castelline and today we're back again with another hair video. It's been exactly 1 month since the last braid out that I did. I had the boho braids. So after a month, of course, my hair started growing out and I needed to wash and treat my hair and then put it back again in a protective style. I'm trying to grow out my hair and I'm trying to be as dedicated as possible this year to make sure that I get as much growth as possible. So today's video is about this crochet hairstyle. I don't know what to call it because I just kept on coming up with ideas as I kept going. Of course, I stole a couple of ideas from YouTube videos here and there, but the hair that I used is Marley crochet hair. So this is a crochet style, cornrows underneath and then crochet, and then I curled it a bit to create this look. Now this look is not me. Like generally I don't do styles with hair anywhere near my face, and I was like, I'm tired of doing edges. My edges are non-existent, they're gone.
You ain't got no edges, bitch.
And I can't keep fighting for my life when it comes to these edges. So I was like, I need to find a style that will cover it up and I'll forget about it and no more doing edges, just wake up, shake and go. I'm still adjusting to it, I'm still adapting to it because still I feel like it's so not me. I don't know if it goes with my face shape, but it is what it is. We're working with it. It's on my head now, there's no going back. Let me say, some people on the internet lie and they lie to you.
You see, don't lie on the public platform.
Before I decided to do this style, initially I wanted the jumbo cornrows, and I found this tutorial on how to do jumbo cornrows. Feed in jumbo cornrows with your natural hair, so you like DIY, you can do it on your own head. And when I tried, the mess that it was, I can't 100% blame that video. Maybe it was just that the fact that my skill is not up to that level, but the title was written easy and it was supposed to be easy. I thought it was going to be easy. I started, it was a mess. It was the most ridiculous thing I've ever done on my head, and I couldn't believe I was doing that to myself, and I had to take it all down and start over again. And I was like, you know what, always go back to what you know, the safest option. Crocheting hair has always been easy for me. I can simply do the nastiest braids underneath and crochet the hair on top, and who cares about how clean the tracks are when you're adding all this extra hair on top. So I went with that option, and this is how I ended up with this hairstyle. And like I said, I'm still getting adapted to it. Anyway, I'm talking too much. Let's get straight into how we ended up here. And let me know what you think about the bangs, because I've never been a bang person, so I'm just like, that's strange. Enough about that, let's get straight into the video. So I started off with the freshly washed but damp hair. It's about like 60% dry. And of course, before I do my hair, I have to do my quick little length checks. Now that I'm not putting heat to straighten my hair, I just pull out bits and pieces to see how much you have grown. And I'm pretty satisfied with the growth so far. Anyway, so the style that I wanted to do was jumbo cornrows, which I had watched a couple of videos on YouTube and it seemed pretty simple. But man, oh man, did it go downhill after this. Like nothing worked out. The premise of the style was basically to do stitch braids and then crochet the braiding hair on top to create the feed-in cornrows. So I wanted to have 4 large cornrows on my head, so that's why I did a middle part and then one part on each side. Okay, I never got to the other side. I just did this one part on this side. And then I took out a bit of hair from my temple. I think it's called the temple because I wanted to have like a hanging braid there. So I started doing 3 stunt twists on tiny sections to make the stitch effect, if I can call it that. If you see the result that came out, like there's no amount of explanation that can make any of what I was doing make sense, but I had already started filming it, so I thought I would add it here just for a laugh because it was laughable. The results was laughable. Part of the reason why it didn't work out is because I was avoiding straightening out my hair with heat, but generally that style was just impossible to do on myself. Anyway, so this is what the first cornrow section looks like after I was done. And then after that, disaster. Disaster strikes and I had to remove all of it. So that was a total fail. It wasn't easy at all. The cornrows look horrible.
I am under the water. Please help me. Here too much raining.
So I decided to go back to the drawing board and come up with a different style. I don't want to blow out my hair. I want any style I do to work with this. But these hairstyles are trying me. I think I'm going to go back to the usual crochet. So I'm going to do some cornrows, and then there's a style, alternative style that I think will work with me. So I'm going to give that a try right now. The braid was ugly. Gosh, did I take a video on my phone? It was horrendous. I've looked at it and asked myself, what am I even doing? Yeah, I took a video on my phone. I will show you before I removed it.
Everybody's so creative.
See the tangles. My goodness. I'm shook. Let me do my usual crochet cornrows. The style that I'm thinking of, I hope it works out, because so far I am honestly frustrated. I went with a pretty simple cornrow design. I just braided half from the top and the other half from the back, and this is what it looked like when it was done. I really don't care much for the parting because no one's gonna see it. And this is the Marley hair that I'm going to be using. So I had to cut it in half because I didn't want it to be too long. I wanted it to be like bob shoulder length hair. I'll just speed through the crocheting part because it's just the normal loop and hook method. Let me just take this time to discuss how having 4C kinky hair in a Middle Eastern country can be an extreme sport. One time a taxi driver told me that black or African women always wear wigs because when they take them off, their hair is so bad. And I've had so many comments, but who am I? I will still keep putting this kinky. Even if it's not just my hair, the crochet will be kinky and fluffy as I like it, because I cannot be defeated. At the end of the day, the most important thing is you being accepting of yourself and loving what you see when you look in the mirror. Anyway, just finishing up the hair at the front, I was trying to make it framed more towards my face because I want to create bangs. Once I was done crocheting, this is how the hair was looking like. I just checked to make sure there are not any gaps. Not gonna lie, it was looking a bit crazy at this point. That's why I was laughing, but I'm trusting the process. So the next step is to curl the hair. Since the hair is synthetic, to curl it, I sectioned it into 3 strand twists and then I dipped it in hot water. So here I'm just doing the 3 strand twist on the different sections. And then I did the dipping in hot water off camera because I did not want to burn myself and I needed to focus. So I went to the bathroom and did that. The angles were a bit, tricky. So I couldn't be able to capture that on film while doing it on myself. After that, once most of the water had dripped off, I just cut off the ends with the excess hair before taking out the 3 strand twist. So I started separating the hair and doing my best to try and separate the curls from the knots itself. And it was coming along. It was coming along. I was still not sure about how I felt about it, but I just started to cut off excess hair, framing my face until I got to a point of satisfaction. And once I was done cutting, this was the end result. Low-key, I was feeling myself. But thank you for watching and let me know if you try this hairstyle.